Maybe.
What up, man?
What's up, baby? How you doing?
What's going on? Hold on, I'm figuring this out. Got it.
There he is. What's up?
How are you?
Living the dream, dude. How are you?
Good, man. You're always eating, dude. I always see you putting down food. How many calories are you at right now a day?
We got to be close to like six right now, dude.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Well, I guess you're big as fuck, dude. You're like 280 something, aren't you? What are you right now?
God, I think I weighed in 270 the other day. I find it like
Yeah, it's huge.
driving,
That's
so
ginormous.
so I got like 30 pounds more I need to gain. It's fine. Everything's fine.
So you're training down there. Your coach is down there. That's awesome. At the Revive Gym, he trains down there. He lives down there. I forgot about that.
Yeah, dude. So all those guys are down there. It's
For some
weird.
reason, I thought he moved because isn't he doing something with Austin Stout now?
Yeah, he does the IMH stuff with yeah, Austin, and then Trey's the other guy.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah, they're pretty smart dudes, man. I like to follow Austin stuff. I like following his stuff.
I use Trey for one of my clients because I got her GI map back.
Yeah,
And there was like a bunch of parasites in there. I'm like, I got no idea how to deal with that. I need help. And I asked Matt. He's like, you're gonna go want to go talk to this guy. I'm like, okay, shit, might as well.
sure, sure. Yeah,
They're
no,
all
there's
fun.
some coaches that are really like they know the ins and outs, like deep ins and outs of the gut and everything like that, man. It's like sometimes you just got to outsource for that, bro. Just got to, you know what I mean? Like, so the good coaches, like, will outsource for those things. They realize I'm not the best at it. Like, even Cameron, like my coach, he'll outsource for things like blood work and outsource for things like he's going to analyze the blood work and he's the one that's going to make the plan.
Started.
But you know what I
We
mean?
just
Like, he,
started, you little shit. Sorry, hi.
look who it is. We're
Stop.
all eating. Hey, you know what's funny is I was almost going to be embarrassed to eat while I was on this, but you know what? I don't feel bad now.
Oh, dude,
I
go
might as well
get your
get my
food.
food.
Go
I
get your
might as
food
well get
right
my
now.
shit ready. That's so funny.
We're all bodybuilders. It's fine.
Yeah,
I
dude.
know. That's hilarious. That's funny.
It's the socially acceptable way to be fat, you
And we've
know.
never been on at the same time. We've never been on at the same time either. So,
No, dude. Well, shit, I've been trying to get you on for I don't know how long, but somebody needs to be a busy man over here.
bro, I'm trying, man. Trying to be busier, honestly, but I was able to commit to this surprisingly, huh? There was no like back and forth. It was just like, yep, one, let's get it.
I'm so proud of you.
I am working on it, man. But hey, so how hot is it down there?
Dude, it's literally straight 70 all the time. Doesn't like go up or down.
Is it muggy?
Really
Is
weird.
it like is it pretty humid?
Yeah, I mean there's some days where it's more humid. Like I think it was like the third day we were here, there was a freaking tornado over the top of our apartment.
Yeah. You don't care though. You're like fuck.
That's
Fuck
all
like
right, dude.
you're like fuck Montana, dude. Huh? You're like no bears and shit. You're over there. You're kicking it.
So I'm like, if we drove 3,000 miles, like this is how I go out. Like, fuck it, dude. Why not?
Dude, I'm glad you guys love it, man. And it's like what you guys wanted it to be and stuff, man. And obviously everything's gonna come with hardships and stuff, but like you guys seem really happy. Seem like you're enjoying it, man, which is what it's about. And fuck, what else,
Exactly.
right? What else? Fuck, as long as you guys are happy, man. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Well, thanks, buddy. I really appreciate that. It's
Is your phone Wi-Fi on?
the move itself. I mean, other than
It's
you
being
know
really bad.
a trek all the way across the country, it went pretty smooth.
There we go. I
Yeah.
got it. I got it.
Like,
It was me.
oh fuck, we had to escape a blizzard on our way down because like it was literally we left Billings, we got 3 hours down the highway, and we got a text from like my wife's parents, and there's literally like six inches of snow on the ground. It would literally just dodge that, and then we were supposed to stop at like Colorado Springs for the night, and then there was blizzard warning, so we're just like, okay, well, I guess we'll just keep driving, and then we get to Amarillo, Texas at like midnight, 1 o'clock. We look at the map again, and it's like there's a blizzard going to be hitting North Texas. You're going to be snowed in for the next 2 3 days. I'm like, well, I guess we're driving all the way to San Antonio where my buddy's at, so I don't recommend driving 26 hours straight.
No, man. I can barely do four. I can barely do like here to Seattle. I'm not joking, dude. Don't play with me with that. 20 straight? No way.
Yeah,
No way.
26 hurt, dude. Like
Take it.
it took me like a good couple days to recover from that shit.
Can you see Scott? I can't see him.
Can't see Scott?
No, I want to see him.
Scott, where's your beautiful face on Tony's thing?
Can you,
Now I can see him.
Okay, there
when
we
I
go.
Wait,
talk,
hold on.
you
How do I do
probably
this?
see-
I need
there's
to
a-
figure this out.
If you go on the top right, it says view. You can do speaker or gallery.
Hold on.
And if you do gallery, then you can see all of us. We had Gio to shot color finally.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Because he doesn't shut up.
Come on, Gio.
I can't find it. You said top right?
Top right below like the exit button.
Try like
It'll say
moving your
view.
mouse. It should just be top right view.
Yeah. You have to like move your mouse and it'll show up. It should be next to like the sign in button. Are you on an Apple or are you on a Windows?
I'm on a MacBook Pro.
Oh, it
Yeah.
might be different.
Yeah, I don't see anything like that. You said top right. All I see is
Yeah.
full screen option and then to make another tab. And then on my thing, it says, yeah, I don't know how I'm going to do this. Now I can, because now it just shows you. And then I can switch it over to Alex.
Tony, can you share your screen? Is that a thing?
Yeah, how do I do that?
Why are you such a little bastard?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, there we go.
You are now viewing, Alex. There we go. There we go.
It's like, oh, team. So I wanted to show what mine.
You guys are savvy. You guys are tech savvy. See, I'm not.
No. Bro.
So savvy. It's okay. I don't know.
No.
Tony's having a problem. Like, you know how we're all doing this at the same time. It should just do this shit up that he's able to click, right? Uh-huh. Don't worry, we got IT support now.
That's awesome.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll figure it out eventually.
eventually. How you doing, Scott?
I'm doing good. Had clients this morning. At the gym and then still a bunch of snow. My driveway's like a quarter mile long and the snow is like that deep, so like about probably a foot. And so I can't get out with any of my cars. So I've got my Camry. Jess has got her Kia Rio. I've got my truck, but it's like a 250. So it's a work truck. It's got a really long bed, and those are garbage in the snow. So luckily, I have my Jeep. And so that thing's been awesome. So I was able to get out. But once I get out to the roads, it's fine. And that Jeep is horrible on the roads because it's got big tires and it's just like, and it gets up to like 40 miles an hour and it's like shaking everywhere. So to get me to the road, it just like can't like it's fun to drive because I feel like a monster in it. Like it fits me really well. It's better than me stepping out of a Camry. Like it looks like it fits my like aesthetic a little bit more. And so it's been good, man. My sister's in town from Georgia. She got here yesterday. She got here. She left Georgia yesterday at 4 o'clock in the morning. So basically 1 o'clock here. And she went to bed last night at 10 o'clock because she had a meeting she went to with some friends. So she was basically up for like almost 24 hours yesterday. So she was pretty exhausted. But so yeah, that's good. She's in town. Do you guys know the Whole30 diet? Have you heard of that?
What is it? Just like whole food, nothing processed? Is that what it is?
Basically, like you have to be really careful with it. And so like she's really like on the label to certain things, like absolutely no sugar. Like I have a chili lime seasoning and part of it is sugar in it. Like it's negligible for me, but like so it's kind of interesting. My sister used to be like 400 pounds and she's lost like 200 pounds, something like that.
Nice,
She went from
nice.
400 down. Well, after our dad died, basically the doctor was like, you're going to end up just like that. If my dad died, he was 440 pounds, right? So the doctor was like, you're going to end up just like that if you don't figure your shit out. And so she lost a bunch of weight. She went from like 400 down to like 180, and then she started lifting weights and she's bulked up to like 200. So she's really conscious about her health, and it's really, really cool. So she's about 16 years older than me, so we have a little bit of an age difference, but it's still really cool to have her here.
Right on, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So she's doing
So,
the whole 30. She's sticking to it. That's cool.
oh
It's
yeah,
cool. You guys,
yeah. Go on.
go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say she's done like it's funny. I usually make fun of fad diets, like as
Mm.
you know, all of us like it's just like just eat this food. It doesn't have to be keto, whatever, right? It doesn't have to be a certain thing. But it's funny, it works really well for her. She'll stick to one of them for like a really long time, and then she'll be like, "I'm bored," and she kind of like bounces around. She doesn't do it like I'm gonna do it for 4 weeks and then fuck off. She's like, "I'm gonna try this one, then I'm gonna try this one," and then it works really well for her. So it's like actually like a fad diet success story, and it's like it's super rare, I think, but it's really cool to watch her do it. So I love my sister. She could write a book about her life, and it would take this whole podcast for me to like talk about all. I love her to death. So yeah,
Yeah, I was just gonna say though, like you guys know this, like sometimes those simple diets work the best, man. For like people who are trying to lose that much weight, it's like just
oh
really
yeah,
simple diets where they can just stick to, that they just have a plan. Maybe they can't afford a coach, just
Yeah.
having a really
yeah,
really simple like diet template, they can lose tons of weight, bro. Just learning how to like move around. Maybe they're in the gym 3 times a week. Now
yeah,
they're staying hydrated. Now they're consistently getting protein in, and you just see ridiculous results. You said she was 400 pounds. I mean, I have clients who are like 350, in person, and like the way they lose weight, it's so rapid because they have so much. I mean, they have a lot more body fat, right? But like just really simple diet changes make huge difference, man. Just like getting her to eat, protein feedings 5 times a day. Getting her to drink
yeah,
water, getting her to get a certain amount of steps a day. I mean, just really simple things get her to lose so much weight in the beginning. Obviously, it has to
yeah.
change, right? But yeah, no, I know what you mean, man. Like those simple, like you said, like the fat diet. Sometimes they work though for like people who are just getting started. That's awesome. I mean, take it as far as you can, and like you just hop from whatever works, because ours is just an adjusted diet to whatever we want to do essentially, right? We all eat whatever we want. We just fit it in our macros. I mean, like you know what I mean? But we eat pretty much whole food though. Like, but I mean, Alex eats like Rice Krispies and all sorts of stuff like that. I mean, so do I sometimes, and like different kinds of stuff. It's really what works for you. But yeah, you guys know that.
Yeah, exactly, dude. That's the thing with all these lifestyle clients, man. It's just you just gotta get them to do fucking something consistently. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, can you have a slice of pizza a day? Can you at least be consistent about that? Well, you can at least make a plan from that. You know what I'm saying? As long as you cut down on like a lot of the processed shit, I feel like as long as you just get somebody to be fucking consistent on something, that's really the big thing.
Yeah, and it's sometimes it's like hard to differentiate between being like a competitive coach and being a lifestyle coach, because being a lifestyle coach is way different. Like way
Hmm.
everyone thinks like you're just a bodybuilding coach sometimes, or I'm just a bodybuilding coach. It's like no, it's way different. Like lifestyle, it's the same thing, right? You're doing the same principle, same everything. It's just not as intense,
Hmm.
right? Like the
Well, I
consistency, I would say,
fucking
right?
had a glass of wine this weekend. Well, who are you talking to, right? Like you're talking to your
Yeah,
lifestyle, or you're talking to your somebody that's 8 weeks out. So absolutely.
yeah. What's your guys' style?
When
Are you
I
guys pretty lenient with lifestyle clients? Oh, sorry, Scott, did I cut you off?
Oh, did we lose Scott? Uh, can you see his face, Tony?
Mm-mm.
Ah, damn it. Oh, it was just locked in.
He'll probably pop back in. But
do you
what
have
were
me
you saying?
back yet?
Oh, there he is. There he
Fuck.
is.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, what I was saying when I first started coaching, like I started doing bodybuilding shit when I was 13. I meal prepped. I had like the Tupperwares because I would get all the magazines with like Phil Heath and Jay Cutler, and I would like follow like their diet in muscle mags and stuff. And it wasn't
Yeah.
their actual diet, but I would follow it.
Pause.
I was like, just
Wait, Scott? Nope.
Yeah, it's cutting him out. It's cutting him out.
Yeah.
I think it might be his signal.
I mean, he's got that shitty farm Wi-Fi now, so
Yeah, he's out there, man. He's out in the boons, huh?
he's the bonies guy now. I'm
am I am I back?
Yeah,
there.
you're back.
Okay. For sometimes we do okay with the internet. What? Oh, I got to turn off the TV 1 second here. Our TV remote was chewed up by our dog.
That's a good boy.
There's Kyle.
Fashionably late.
It's okay.
My dog's a chewer too, man. He used to destroy everything when he was a pup, man. He was crazy. He was crazy, brother.
Wait, I don't know if you know this, Tony, but my parents used to have like 7 or 8 bulldogs in their house at one
Oh
time.
yeah, yeah, really.
Oh yeah, those fuckers will chew on shit.
Oh, I bet.
what I
Especially,
was
Oh
saying
yeah.
was, what I was saying was, sorry, what I was saying was, now, like I started training people, and I was like, I didn't get it. I was like, why don't you just eat the fucking food? And then I talked to one of my colleagues, Megan, she used to be pretty heavy and lost a bunch of weight, and she's a trainer now. She's like, you don't understand where that comes from. And I was like, oh, okay. So like talking with my sister a little bit. So I'm a lot more comfortable with like lifestyle people now. I can turn my brain back and forth from like competitor to lifestyle. And I have all my competitors pretty much on one day of the week, and then the rest of my lifestyle people on the other day. So I can be in that mode of like, okay, it's Friday. I've got my competitors. I had a glass of wine this weekend. Why the fuck did you do that? Versus like on a Tuesday, I have someone that's like, yeah, I had a glass of wine this weekend. It's like, okay, why did you have a glass of wine? Like, is that okay right now? Like, where are we at? Like, so it's a little
exactly
bit
how I am. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, hi, Kyle.
What's up, buddy?
What's up?
Hey, Kyle.
What's up, guy?
Kyle, have you met Tony yet?
I do not think so.
I've never met Mr. Kyle.
Well, here you guys go. You're now
Done
acquainted.
did it now.
You guys like all of the fucking boxes that we still got going?
Yeah, I like that you're just chilling on a podcast and she's over there unpacking, slaving away.
You know, dude.
And doing
I
IT
got my
support.
closet all sorted out today finally, so we're good.
Big time in it now. Don't even have to unpack.
Oh, dude, we still got so much shit everywhere right now. It's just like a box a day. We finally just got some like bins. Well, our bed frame finally came in the other day, which Amazon is pretty fucking cool when you're not in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
They're pretty fast.
Yeah, I was trying to find like cream of rice the other day, or just like rice flour. I'm like, well, shit, I can't find it anywhere at like any of these grocery stores. They're like, oh, well, just Amazon. I'm like, what do you mean it's gonna get here in 2 weeks? Nope, it'll be here in 24 hours. I'm just like,
Easy enough.
Prime actually means something down here. It's very interesting.
So Kyle's a trainer as well. This is your buddy, Alex. What does he do?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kyle, why don't you give him the old Mr. spiel?
Personal trainer, bodybuilding coach, and then I own a gym, or part owner of a gym here in West Virginia. So
all right.
I just kind of live in a gym all day.
He's
Yeah,
also a
me too, man.
Playgirl
Me
model.
too.
He won't tell you that.
Literally same thing. And I work at Chippendales. Wait, what?
I was saying you're a Playgirl model. You just won't say
Yeah,
it.
there was that. I spread my butt cheeks as my concho.
Hey, that pays the bills nowadays.
It does, man. For a lot of people.
Yeah. They
Oh,
make a lot more than I do showing their butthole. Sad times.
you still owe me some butthole here. I forget what the reasoning's for.
I probably do. I owe a lot of butthole around.
So you compete as well, then, Kyle? You compete?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. What division do you do?
Bodybuilding.
Right on. What's the next show?
I'm actually going to compete with Zach, the guy that's usually on here. We're doing the Atlanta Pro-Am in July. Yeah, mid-July. And then I'll go on. I'll do the Jay Cutler Classic here in Richmond, like 2-ish hours from me.
Nice.
I'll do those two this year.
Right on.
But it's more for me. I'm gonna get smoked. I'm undersized. I'm 6'2". Like it's I'm gonna get smoked. So it's a learning experience for me. So just using myself as a experiment, basically.
What do you weigh right now?
238, 237.
How many calories are you eating a day right now?
We always do direct plan. I don't have the calories. I'm probably somewhere 4,000 or 5,000, somewhere in there.
Cool. I was just curious. I asked Alex. He says almost 6,000. I was just curious because your guys' body weight is a lot higher than mine. So I was just curious what kind of calories you guys eat. Or the amount.
5 or so, and 500 or 400 grams of carbs, somewhere in there. I know the numbers. I don't really know. He doesn't ever send me the macros, and I'm not
Sure. Yeah.
Enough. I just eat what I'm told.
Yeah, sure.
Is Cameron a big macro guy? Like, how does he do his stuff?
Cam, he just doesn't he just does. He'll give you a meal plan, and then he gives you the macros and the breakdown of each meal. like the macros, you know, in case you like switch something out for something like rice out for potatoes, or you know, whatever, the simple stuff, right? Or like simple proteins when you swap those out, simple fats, like stuff like that. But yeah, he doesn't trip if you like, you know, like match the macros or whatever. But I don't eat tons of like cereal and stuff like that. I don't really do that, honestly. But my calories aren't that high. They're not as high as your guys' calories are, you know?
Yeah, oh fuck, dude. I mean, it's all relative too. It's a little bit different when like you got fucking Scott who's 6'6" and lean, trying
Dude,
to.
you guys are huge. All three of you are huge. I'm the smallest guy here. I love it. I need to get bigger. I need to be in the rooms like this, bro. That's what I'm talking about.
You're taking the rest of this year off, right?
Yeah.
Stop.
I'm taking the rest of the fucking decade off.
No.
There you go.
The whole decade.
Yeah.
Well, shit, Kyle, I could be competing with you guys middle of the year, so we'll see what happens.
Coming up to that show, or are you gonna do Florida?
I don't know yet. I saw Matt in the gym yesterday. We were just talking about shit. And I'm like, well, I don't know if you want me to compete this year at some point, but like, I mean, I'm in no rush. He's like, I know you're in no rush, but like, I want you to fucking compete this year. Like, we just fucking have to. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, cool, works for me.
He likes getting that rebound out of the show too. So
Mhm.
go down, see where you are, and then right back to the moon. So
You guys hear that freaking?
Yeah.
Yeah, who's getting
someone's getting a text.
it's me. I'm popular. I'm sorry. I'm trying to fix it.
Yeah. Who's OnlyFans going after?
Mine.
New subscriber. It was me.
Sweet.
It's just sweet. But yeah, shit. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I mean, I'm glad it's a for sure thing, but it's just exciting.
How close is the Revive gym to you?
10-minute stops.
You suck.
Wow.
It's pretty damn nice. It literally
Wow.
everything right now is like 10 minutes from us.
That's awesome.
I'm trying to think what else is cool. There's this like seriously like gourmet freaking like Italian cafe right by our apartment. Just literally the best coffee I think I've ever had in my entire life.
I saw that on your story. Yeah.
Oh my god, dude! It's run by this little Italian family. So,
Italian
There's gonna be tons of businesses like that down there.
yeah,
fucking
it's a cool deal. It's a cool deal, man. Like especially when you go, it's just like a complete culture change. You know what I'm saying? You get a bunch of white farmer hicks, and the next thing you know, you're surrounded by pretty much every single ethnicity.
A lot of South American.
Yeah,
A lot. Yeah. I like it down there, man.
I
It's so
still
nice.
need to go have some Mexican food though. It's one thing we haven't done.
You haven't had any down there?
Not yet. Just holding off until we wanted sushi for our first like off plan. It's like you got to have fresh fish, You find
Oh yeah.
so
and you've been eating fucking Montana sushi, which has got to be some garbage.
Yeah, can you imagine up there?
it's all just imitation crab. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah, you gotta find an all-you-can-eat spot.
dude, there's one literally right next to Revive.
Perfect.
Like
Of course
right,
there is. That was planned. Of course there is.
yeah. So we went there when we were down here for my buddy's wedding in August. We tried that spot out. It was pretty damn good. But I mean, it's unlimited sushi, so it kind of has to be good.
When you're in the gym with Brett and like Nick and all those guys, are they constantly getting interrupted? Or people kind of know what's up?
No, from the times I've seen Brett in there, nobody's bothered him. They've kind of decided to go at a time that's like pretty much dead for the most part. So like there's just nobody on any of the machines or anybody that's really gonna bother them a whole lot, which is
It's smart.
so
I'm sure it gets packed.
yeah. It's they definitely got a lot more tripod crews than I've seen in Billings. So
Yeah. Whole camera crews are coming in.
oh yeah, oh gosh. Morgan was trying to work out the other day with like on all these on all the glue machines they got down there. There was some chick that we found out that she was doing all this video shit. It was like 5 million followers on Instagram. It's just like, well, that's new.
Jeez.
Yeah.
You'll like the shows down there too when you do one, man. That's where I competed, was down in Florida. I like flying down and hanging with Matt for the weekend, kind of. But they're just bigger, I'm sure, than Montana.
Everything's bigger than Montana. At least in terms of the fitness space.
Cows are smaller.
Cows are. I've heard that all the deer are actually a lot smaller outside Montana.
I can see that.
My buddy Zach, he's from Texas. He says it's just not even close, which is funny to me. It's Texas.
Scott, are you still training at that same gym?
Yeah, oh yeah, training grounds.
I like that gym.
I'll probably be there until I die. I'm on the wall
nice,
there,
nice.
so I'm never gonna.
You like it that much?
Oh, I love it. I've been going there for like 6 years, dude. I'm really good for the owners, and I've been around through a lot of stuff. So it's just I love being there. I've got my own spot like out of my own on my property that I'm building just to have like some personal space. Like sometimes I just enjoy training by myself, so it's kind of nice to have my own setup. But
definitely,
it's really nice to. Yeah, I love that gym. I complain a lot because I do, but at the end of the day, I really love it.
Yeah, right on, man.
Oh, yep.
It looks fully equipped. It looks sick.
Yeah, we're doing a remodel, kind of maybe at the end of the year, and so hopefully we'll get a bunch of Panada stuff and maybe some Atlanta stuff. We got a full outfit of a lot of Arsenal stuff. And to be honest, man, a lot of that Arsenal stuff isn't that great. It looks really cool, but it's meant for a gym that probably has like 100 members, and the equipment's being used maybe like 5-6 times a day. Whereas this gym has like I think like 500-600 members, and the equipment's being used 20 times a day. So the shit just breaks down super fast.
Oh, really?
Like
okay, interesting.
Yeah, we've got some prime stuff there that they've had for 6 years, and it looks brand new. And then pretty much all the Arsenal stuff they've had for 2.5-3 years, and it's all falling apart. It breaks all the time. The resistance curves on it are really weird. It's was really unfortunate. So they're going to replace a lot of that stuff soon, I think.
Yeah, Arsenal, I've used a couple pieces in Metroflex and Long Beach, and I wasn't a huge fan of some of their pieces. Some I did like, some I wasn't a huge fan of. I haven't really used any Prime, though, to be quite honest. I haven't used any of that. Yeah.
We have their pendulum, and we have their cable tower, and that'll be it for them.
Yeah, I don't like their pendulum. Do you like their pendulum, Kyle?
Yeah, I don't mind their pendulum. Hits well. I get more, I think, out of hack squat, but
which hack?
We have the Precor Icarian hack.
Nice.
It hits well, so I like that. That's probably my favorite movement. I've been a lot of Smith machine, like heel elevated Smith machine lately too.
Yeah, we have just a straight up and down Smith, not like the curved one you see in some gyms. Those are shit.
We got straight up
squat on those. Yeah, I need the straight up and down one, but I like to, like you said, squat on that. Or like we have an old school Body Master in my gym, like old school hack. That's a really, really good one. Yeah, it really just
get that true squat yet.
The one that goes straight up and down, right?
Yeah, it's
I haven't.
Alex, have you hit it yet?
Dude, I've hit one. That's not true. I hit my first like ham day the other day, and then I finally did quads yesterday. So I'm still working through all this shit right now. So
yeah, there's just so much, huh? You're just enjoying it.
Go hit that true squat. It is like straight up and down bullshit.
It looks fucking hard, dude.
It sucks balls.
Well, y'all didn't.
What's the hardest leg movement for you guys? Think? What do you guys think is the hardest leg movement by far?
Bulgarian
I was just gonna say the same thing. I swear, I was just gonna say this. It's not even close, bro. It's not even fucking close. I was gonna say the same thing.
Yeah, Bulgarians suck. Funny. I have to use something to like give me support, or else I just fucking fall over.
Yeah,
really. After you get to a certain load, yeah, you pretty much have to, or you're just sacrificing too much load, like for balance. It's just ridiculous. At that point, there's no point.
Yeah, or at that point, it's almost like you're just doing a freaking oblique crunch the whole time.
Yeah. You do one dumbbell or you do two? Or you go barbell?
I've been doing one just because I feel like if you take that shit super slow and be intentional and then like just use the other arm for balance, I I feel like you can do pretty fucking well with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've had more people like training people. More people have like either puked or like gone hypo on Bulgarians than any other movement. So now if I do like Bulgarians with someone brand like I did with the guy today, I was like, hey, like these might catch up to you. They might not feel hard at first, but like just communicate with me as best you can. He's like, oh no, I'll be fine. And we did like 2 sets of them, and he was starting to get a little like pale looking. And I was like, are you doing okay? And he was like, yeah, I'm okay. And I wasn't even going that hard, but it's just like the mix of stabilizing plus its legs. And it's just like, yeah, they're ridiculous.
Was that his first time training with you?
First like leg day. He's wants to do firefighting, so he's doing like CPAT training. And so I was just working on some like core stability stuff with him. So there was one time I had this girl I was training a long time ago, and it was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and it was our like second exercise we were doing Bulgarians, and we did 1 set to body weight, and she got like super pale and went hypo, and like I talked to her and I was like, hey, when's the last time you ate? And she was like 7 o'clock this morning, and it was like 2. And I was like, okay, well, we can't be doing that. So like with new people now, especially, I'm like really on them with like, hey, did you eat today? Like, communicate with me. Like,
Of course.
You shouldn't feel like you're gonna die. Like, communicate with me as best I can. So it's yeah, I don't play with that shit anymore.
Yeah, and people haven't trained for real, they just don't know. Like, they come in thinking like, you said, like having not eaten all day. It's like you're gonna be fucking puking quick. Like there's no way around that. If you're gonna be like trained for real, you're gonna be fucking puking. If you haven't eaten all day, there's no way around that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No.
Yeah, Bulgarians suck.
Yeah, basically. What about the toughest machine for legs?
I don't know.
I was gonna say squats or son of a bitch.
Yeah, anything where you're getting like max knee flexion and then like holding at the bottom and squatting, like a good hack, I'd say, like a good hack or the pendulum, like you said.
Some pendulums once.
What? The what, Alex? Like,
he's like sticking his face in a pillow or something. I can't hear a word he's saying.
What the fuck? Are you getting gagged, bro?
Sorry. Just digging at my freaking foot. No, I was gonna say pendulums, dude. I've only done them one fucking time. This shit was gay.
Yeah.
Yeah, would you do one plate, bro?
2.5 at the end of fucking legs, dude. That was rough. It was fucking rough. Nobody
You purposely did it at the end of legs because you knew you weren't going to be able to load it up, huh? Keep it real. No, I'm playing.
Oh, dude, I actually
you just got to get used to it.
Spine injury in college, so I try and like put that shit and like stiff legs towards the end of all my stuff, or else like I just can't fucking recover to save my life. My CNS will just shut down if I put stuff higher with more load like on top of my spine like that. So
sure.
Seems to be that way. So
you have to do it at the end then, huh? As the last movement.
Yeah. It almost feels a little bit better too, just because you got literally everything warmed up like as much as humanly can. So
I used to do like the primary is like the first or second movement. Well, it depends if I'm doing, like, obviously depends what muscle group I'm training, but actually, like you said, feel better a little bit later in the workout, a little more warmed up. Like the joints are a little warmed up, your core is a little more warmed up. Like when you're going into those heavier movements like deadlifts or even squats, stuff like that. I don't want to just jump right in first exercise like I used to when I first started training, man. Just first exercise, let's go. Like my thought process was, you have the most energy, put it in the first exercise, but it's like, you spend a little more time in the gym and you're like, oh, fuck, that hurts now.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, I almost tore that. Probably should do that again.
I almost even feel like if you do like a squat right off the bat and then like you try and do like leg extensions later, like I just don't feel like I'm getting anything out of those leg extensions. You know what I'm saying? Like
I do know exactly what you're saying. Yeah.
I feel like my quads
like your legs are too pumped, you mean?
Up. What's that?
They're just too pumped, or what? What do you mean? Like
towards the end? You've literally fucked up your legs already to the point where it's almost like it's just doesn't even feel like it's doing anything. At least that's what it feels like to me.
I like my leg extensions last.
Oh, really?
Okay.
I do. So when I do them last, I do them on my hamstring day. I'll do like one quad movement, right? I'll do it like leg extensions at the end, and I like it in that case. But on the quad day, I'll do it as the second movement. But yeah, I might try that though. Just move around the exercise, the order, just to make things shit a little bit harder. Legs is one of those things, man. It's just like really hard to make the quad sore, but the hams get sore as fuck. Like those things get sore as fuck, but easy. But the quads just take tons of volume, tons of weight. Sure for you guys too.
Uh, 2 movements. So I need 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 quad dominant movements, and that's it. I'm tapped out.
Toasted. Cinnamon toast crunch. Golden.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I do like a doctor, like 3 quad movements, and then like a hamstring movement on my quad day. And I feel like that's a lot for me. You know, like that's a lot. That's a fuckload. But
I mean, like, especially
biggest,
right? I'm sorry, Scott.
I was going to say the biggest adjustment for me was like when I got off all my gear and dropped down was legs and recovery, because I love training legs super hard.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember like my first leg day, like I started running and then I tried to get back into legs. Like I told Alex like a month before I was going to go train over in Pure, I was like, I need to get in shape. So I did my first leg day after like running and stuff for like 3 months. And I was like, I'm going to do what I used to do. And the next day I woke up and I can't fucking move. I was like,
I bet.
My volume is like half the amount it used to be, because I just like, I can't anymore. And it makes me sad, but I'm more intentional with my movements now.
You think that do you notice though that sometimes like when you come off, I'm not even saying just like onto a PCT, but I mean like you said, when you come off all the way, you don't really lose as much strength as you would think you would, but you would lose quite a bit of recovery though, like insane amounts of recovery. But you kept a lot of your strength. Would you say it has to do with a lot of the way you ate as well?
I lost when I was running. I lost a lot of strength because I was trying to lose weight. Obviously,
Oh sure.
coming back, I've lost a lot of strength in my upper body. Like my pressing is like not anything close to what it was. I'm also a lot more intentional with my movements now. I don't really give a shit about weight as much anymore.
Sure.
I just really try to focus on like, and it sounds like nerdy, but like really focusing on moving through the movement, because my ego is getting really hurt because I've always been strong, and so like not being as strong as I used to be, I was like, oh, this sucks. So it's like I'm just going to be as intentional as possible, and I'm not talking like, you know, pink dumbbells squeezing the 5-pound bicep curl, but like I just can't move stuff. My legs,
Yeah,
like
some of these guys take it too far with it for sure.
Yeah, my squatting is actually I'm honestly stronger squatting now than I used to be, but my legs are smaller.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah. The squatting thing, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, interesting. But I know what you mean. The pressing goes to shit, dude. I know what you mean, bro. Because like in prep too, if you think about it, in prep when you start dieting down super hard, that pressing goes to shit, dude. Like the first thing when you're tired, you fucking like.
Yep.
At least for me, man. Like, but I feel like the last thing to go is the squatting. You know.
Yeah.
Like the last thing to go for me at least. But
for me in prep, it was pressing. Pressing would go. And then I would try to fight that. And then like the last 4 weeks, my deadlift would just just go off.
You're seeing
I think because
shit with the cardio.
Yeah, you're seeing in your core. Yeah. Your core is getting tighter and smaller, so you just don't have a lot to like push against. I don't know, but and then I would kind of pull that stuff like 3 weeks out, like squats and deadlifts and stuff, just because I didn't want to hurt myself at all because I'm a pussy.
No, I would do the same. Kind of start switching towards like a hack instead of like a barbell or Smith, and just start doing shit like that, dude. Like, you know, and trying to keep it as intense as possible, same reps and everything, and try to match the loads. But I mean, it's not the same, but it's safe. It's safer, I guess. But I don't know. Just be old school, bro. Barbell till the fucking day before, all the way.
Yeah.
Heavy as fuck. That's what we're doing wrong nowadays, man. No one's keeping it real. No, I'm fucking around. But yeah, no, I definitely train a lot different too. Do you guys follow Jared Feather? You follow that guy?
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I like his stuff, man. Like, so like I've been following his like kind of his training style, man. So I've been having to lighten the load on a lot of shit, like you were saying, Scott. Like you have to really humble yourself a little bit, man, with the pumps, man. And like it's almost like you're starting lifting again all over. Like at first, because you're just going through that super full range of motion, really holding it in the stretch, almost like forcing the stretch, and then coming down and squeezing. Fuck, you guys know how to train, but I guess trying to do that every single rep, make all the reps look the same, and really track the loads. And I've been really like diligent with that, and it's just I've noticed a huge difference, man, in my training at least, and I enjoy it a lot more too, man. It's like funner than just banging shit around for me, at least, you know, and just trying to like go as heavy as I can, I guess. I don't know, but because I did that for a while and it didn't fucking grow at all. You know, it's fucking the same size. So I was like, I need to do something a little different now. But yeah,
I think that Renaissance periodization stuff works pretty well. I did.
yeah, I know a lot of guys that fuck with that shit. Yeah.
Yeah. I was doing a lot of that at the beginning of last year, up until I like working with Bergicott. So like a little more volume on shit and stuff. But it does work if it as long as you can actually like connect with your stuff. Like that's what really helped grow my back last year, at least, was finally just shit ton of weight and really just hammering into where you needed to.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah, I think you can adjust the volume to yourself though, for sure. Like, you know, he does a little bit too little volume for me, but like what I mean is, if you just adjust it to but just his style, you know, like the way he just the tempo, the way he does like these movements it just makes sense. He's a smart guy. But yeah, but like you said, I'm not obsessed with like the science behind it. Where I'm like, oh, to the like the pink dumbbell shit. Like some guys take this shit way too far, bro. Like sometimes you just have to train, just squat.
Yeah, I agree with that. Scott, how'd you like those laterals today?
I really liked them. They're really nice. I don't like that machine, the Arsenal machine, but I really like those a lot. I felt a good stretch with them. I had a really good shoulder today. The last few weeks, I've actually had some really good pumps and stuff, so which has been really nice. And the gym has been like less crowded when I've been training, which has been really nice. So I've been kind of able to be in my own little zone, and so yeah, no, they've been really good.
Are the roads shitty?
Scott does not like Arsenal at all.
No,
You
it
see how
doesn't.
he threw that in the beginning first thing? He's like, hey, yeah, they were good, but I just don't like the machine.
Dude, I've trained. So I train about, I have like, let's say 25 to 30 sessions a week, right? And I've been training that equipment for 2 years. So I train on that stuff all the time. After like a while of doing that on those machines, it's like, okay, these are not good. Like they're just like not. It's like if it's basically like they went to a mechanical engineer and the mechanical engineer was like, okay, what do lifters like to do? And people were like, lift heavy. So they're like, okay, we'll make the machine super heavy for no fucking reason. Like without any plates, let's just make them super heavy. And the mechanical engineers who've never lifted before were like, okay, cool, it's heavy. And then bodybuilders like, no. We like to lift heavy, but like the machine itself, like the pendulum squat shouldn't feel hard without any weight on it. Like you should be able to put anyone in a machine and then load the weight to it. I don't know. But I bitch and moan about that stuff all the time.
I see what you're saying. So you think that affects the quality of the machine then?
Yeah, it's just the resistance curves on stuff. It's just fucked up and like I don't know. Like I'm not saying I could design it any better. I'm just a fucking idiot.
No, sure.
It's just like
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I have like
you mean that you mean
person clients.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go on the pendulum squat. 0.
Yeah, I don't do the same with me. I don't put anyone on the pendulum squat anymore. Just for like you can't get someone to brace properly. It's a lot of pressure on the knees. Like it's no, I don't like it. It's a
pretty advanced machine, man. I mean, you have to like you said, know how to brace, get into that fully like flexed knee position all the way down, like sitting on your calves, which a lot of people don't squat that low, man. A lot of people, 90% of people don't squat that low. They just don't.
Well, the starting weight's 110 pounds too. Like the guys the ones that I do have that can do it, they're former military, so their knees fucking blow, and that thing destroys knees. So
yeah.
The females or the younger athletes that I have, like 110 pounds, like I don't load any weight. There's like, I like doing like at least 2 warm-up sets on a machine, getting them comfortable. Yep. There is no warm-up set. Like, all right, you're going to fucking work. Like, that's it. Like, they're strong enough, they're military and they're broken. So I'll use something that doesn't kill their knees.
Yeah.
Alex, are you going to try to like in-person train down there? How does that work with Revive? Are they contractors, employees? Like, how does that work?
They're all contracts. I honestly haven't really thought about it. Just online is still going pretty swell. I just haven't really felt the need to yet.
Yeah.
I mean, worst case, I think it'll kind of depend on like what Morgan ends up doing for like her job down here. We're still trying to sort that sort of stuff out, but worst case, there's so many freaking gyms down here. Even if it wasn't Revive, like there's a crunch like every block or so, maybe not that condensed, but you know what I'm saying? Like there's freaking something you can do anywhere. There's like a
There's
nutrient.
tons. There's tons, man. Yeah.
So I don't know yet. The online still seems to be going all right. So we're just gonna keep rolling with that.
Do you like in-person training? I mean, I'm sure you do, but like I'm sure do you prefer online more than in person? Like what do you think with that?
It depends on the person. You know what I'm saying? Like I would say like the majority of the clients that I've had that were in person were more so like more on like the older side. So it's almost
Mhm.
I don't really love working with a lot of those. It's not I don't want to call you like a physical therapist almost at that point, but kind of in a way it's almost like that, right? Versus like you get
Depends,
someone
yeah.
versus like someone that's a little bit younger, you get like an actual athlete or something like or background of being like sports, right? Like working with a football player is dramatically different than working with some some 50-year-old mom, right?
Yeah.
So like if I had more of those, like hell yeah, like in person would be freaking awesome, but I just don't have a lot of that at the moment. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I kind of have to default with like the online stuff just because it's such an easy option for like your schedule. You know what I mean?
Yeah. For me, like 6, 8 months ago, I read that book, Outlive by Peter Thiel, which talks a lot about like longevity and like not necessarily increasing your lifespan, but like increasing your health span. So like, let's say all of us here are going to make it to 70, but we want our last decade from 60 to 70 years old to be pretty good functioning. We don't want it to be shitty. And so like with a lot of my lifestyle people, like my 30s, 40s, and 50 clients, like I will, and I have a 65-year-old too. Like I focus a lot of training that is, I call it like airport style training. So let's say you've got a 40-year-old mom and she's like, you know what, I'm 65, I want to retire and travel the world. Like, okay, what does that entail? That means you have to walk through an airport at a brisk pace because you're late for your flight. You've got to carry your bags. You've got to do this stuff. And if you're 40 and can't do that now, how the hell are you going to do that at 65? So it gets them like thinking about like, oh shit, you're right. I can't do the stuff now. That'll keep me training. So for me, it like flips like my brain. So like I'll kind of like what I was talking about earlier with like my online clients versus like my lifestyle versus competitors. I will have my lifestyle people and I'll be in that mindset of like, okay, I'm not trying to kill this person. I'm just trying to get them to be able to put something overhead without any pain. Versus when I train my bodybuilders, it's like, okay, like I'm trying to bury them or I'm trying to teach them how to move their lat correctly. Whereas like a lifestyle person doesn't give a shit if they're moving their lat correctly. They just don't want to hurt their bodies when they're moving. So that's what I really like when I'm doing in-person training. I like the hands-on type of stuff.
Mm-hmm. No, there's definitely something to that. I don't
Right.
have a person a lot of times. It's hard for me to compartmentalize, even just like with doing lifestyle check-ins and shit. That for me to do that in person and for me to like really enjoy that, it just hasn't been there, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
With Alex, I really enjoy like if I get like it's, and I don't have any in person that train with me other than like if I have an athlete that's local, like I'll just bring them in and they just work with me. But that's when I'm still training them, but I'm in the trench like with them I'm going to work with them. So that's fun, and I know I can beat the absolute piss out of them, just absolutely dog them. And then I would say almost all of my in person people, I can't like just absolutely just run them into the fucking ground. But I do enjoy running them into the ground.
Only one speed. That's fucking death.
Yeah, it's balls to the wall.
How about
This
you,
week I'm
Tony?
training. This week I'm training with my client Max. He's in town from school. The 19-year-old freak that I've told Alex about. We started prep 7 weeks ago, and he's still eating 3,600 calories. He's getting a cheat meal once a week, and he's dropping like a pound and a half every week, and just getting leaner and leaner and leaner. And I haven't seen him since he came back from school. And he came up to me yesterday because I was at the gym a little bit later, and I turned around. He's like, "Hey Scott, how's it going, man? Good to see you." And then the first thing I said to him was, "Holy shit, you're big as fuck." And I didn't because I've only seen check-in pictures. And so I forgot he was home. And so next week I'm going to train with him 3 times. And same thing, like you just said, Kyle, I'm like, the first thing we're doing is legs, and he's men's physique, but I don't give a shit. I'm still going to like, I just take, yeah, I'm like, come on, let's go to the deep end. Like, come on, let's go.
Challenging him. Feel challenged.
Yeah.
Like,
And he's a
fuck no.
19-year-old kid. Like, he's a
Yeah,
19-year-old
he's
kid.
a
And
kid.
so, yeah, I'm excited
He'll be
for it.
fine. You can't break him.
No, I'm going to try, though.
Oh, 100%. It'll be you that ends up broke. You'll be like, my knees, they hurt so bad.
Yeah, I know.
How big is he, Scott? Like weight wise?
He's like maybe 5'10" to 6 foot. Right now he's 196. He's very round. He's very round for a white dude. Like when I saw him yesterday, like I looked at his shoulders, I was like, holy shit. And he's natural right now too. We just do like the injectable carnitine and the glutathione, like that stuff that I do. The thing with him, like I told you, Alex, he tore his ACL playing football. And so I would love for him to do classic, but his legs are going to take a bit to get up because the ACL thing, his leg got pretty atrophied. So he carries he's pretty light in the legs right now, but I think in a few years, like we're going to do the show. And then I think he'll be a guy that like we take a couple of years to grow, and then he'll be able to do classic, but he's going to be a big guy.
Yeah, sounds like he's got the brain for it for sure.
Yeah, he's got the brain for it, and he's got the build for it.
It's coming for. It's gonna be the next guy.
Yeah, that's right. He could be better than me, man. He's just. I mean, he will be better than me. He's got just that round look. It's just you can't like train for that, and he's just like an athlete, and he's living in a dorm right now, and he's like 100% on meals and everything. He's just a freak, man. I love working with him. We don't talk as much because he lives in Spokane, and so but whenever I like talk with him, he's just a good kid, and he's from Linden, and I work with a bunch of people from Linden, and when they found out that I was working with him, they were super excited because he was just a good athlete, and like, you know, small town athletes, everyone knows who you are, and then everyone's super excited when you start doing anything else athletic outside of school.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
guys, I got a jet. Kyle, nice meeting you. I got to follow you on IG. You got IG?
Yeah, Mr. Forked Up. I can. What's yours? I got my phone.
Alex, will you just send me your shit, and then I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you soon, boy. Sorry, I got to jet to the gym. Got to fucking hurry up, pound this meal, and get to the gym. But
have fun, man.
Yeah, we'll definitely do this soon. Sorry, what?
I got you. I'll send you.
All right, guys. Talk soon.
See you, Tony. Good talking to you.
See you guys.
I've been trying to get him on for like fucking 4 months, dude. Finally, he's like, "Yeah, I'll do it today." I'm like, "Just like that? Okay, cool."
Bam.
Thanks for hopping. Did you guys see that Zach's hanging out with his mom right now?
Yeah, it's adorable.
It's so cute.
Yeah.
Is his whole family out there?
Lindsay's mom is like literally 2 minutes from him.
Okay.
His mom, I assume, is close if she's coming to visit him. I didn't meet his mom while I was down there. I met Lindsay's mom.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think they're all down there.
Gotcha.
Like he has siblings, and they're not around.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not.
Is your family around you?
Yeah, they're like an hour 15 from me, roughly. Well, I guess my one sister's 30 minutes. My one sister's 10 minutes. My brother and my mom and my dad are like hour 15. So not terrible.
Gotcha.
I just couldn't afford like Loudoun County, which is like they're the richest county in America. I couldn't afford a house there, so I left. And my parents bought before it got like really popular, so they kind of got set up in a good situation. And then it kind of like boomed off. They're 30 minutes outside of DC, so it kind of like boomed. And all the tech businesses, all the data centers, like half of Amazon's data centers are there. Okay. Yeah, and they pay stupid money to do nothing. Nothing.
I mean, if you have the money to spend stupid amounts on.
Yeah. I saw a thing earlier that Jeff Bezos made like $1.7 million every hour last year.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Fucking stupid.
Oh my god, that's absurd.
I'll start OnlyFans for you guys, and I'll strip here.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, hell yeah.
The other day I was in between, or I was taking my sweatshirt off with a client, and I just took my whole shirt off, and I'm like walking through the gym with my fucking belly hanging out, and I was like with a client, and I was like, fuck it, I was like trying to grab my sweatshirt, like I just felt like the little kid at the pool with like body dysmorphia issues, and I changed my shirt all the time at my desk, but I was like, it was weird because I was working. And so I was like, oh, let me go take off my sweatshirt. And then I was walking away, taking my shirt off. And I was like, oh, this feels so uncomfortable.
Morgan keeps giving me shit because I just like every time I like go take a walk outside, I'm always shirtless now. She's like, "Can you put a shirt on?" Like, I get that we moved to Florida. I'm like, no,
I
dude.
never have a shirt. Always flip flops.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Fuck
Except
clothes.
I'm still rocking the moccasins though.
I'll take moccasins.
Nice.
I'll
Yeah,
take moccasins.
still
In the
rocking.
summer, around here, I'll just wear boxers because I live on 24 acres. I have no neighbors. I'll just walk around with boxers and flip flops outside because it's so fucking hot here sometimes. And then I remember that the road is like, if I can show you if I can turn my camera around, the road is like right there. Like you can kind of see it. And so then like people can see me just walking around my boxers. Like you can see, but like it's clearly, but yeah, I just do that because I can. So fuck it.
You see, I used to do that sort of shit too, and then I thought about it. I'm like, Morgan's entire extended family is around me. I should probably put on some pants. Had to make sure to close all
That's
the
fine.
blinds, doing shit.
Now you're in Florida. You don't need pants. They don't have any requirements.
Nope.
Dude,
You do what you want.
I haven't seen any like stupid crazy shit yet. So
You're only
I'm
a
a little
weekend. Give it time.
disappointed. Just give it time. No, wait, hold on. No, that's fucking not true. It was a couple of days ago. We were like walking down our like just apartment stairs. Like the fucking county sheriff's office, like breaking into the bottom floor of this house shit or one of the apartments underneath us. I'm just like, is is this shit happening right now?
Florida.
Yeah. Like sheriff's office, like fucking breaks in. You can see him holding this fucking handgun and shit. I'm just like, what the fuck is going on?
Meth.
Matt, I mean, probably, dude. Nobody's offered us any yet, which is also disappointing, but
It's coming.
it's we've been to Walmart enough times that it should have happened by now.
You look a little too well fed for meth, though.
Hey, there's some bodybuilders that get stuck into meth. They get hooked on a bunch of stimulants, and then they just keep they keep chasing that dragon, dude.
It's the next level.
Yeah. It's big in Australia. It's big in Australia.
Look at Callum.
That's what I was alluding to. That's what.
Man, I wish that shit wouldn't have happened to him. He would have been good. That sucks.
Callum, I looked up to Callum so much when I was like getting into bodybuilding. He was my favorite dude. I would watch him with Frank McGrath constantly. And then him, and because I watched Chris Bumstead too when he was an amateur. That's my biggest humble brag. I watched him at the Canadian Nationals go against Regan Grimes. I'm like, yeah, I know who Chris Bumstead was. Like, I just am an asshole about it. But I remember that video when it was like Callum and Sebum trained arms together, and they did that stupid 405 curl, and Callum fucking bicep. Can you imagine if Sebum tore his bicep? Like, just the trajectory that both their careers went after that was wild. Because after that, that's when Callum like tore his quad, and like it just all like, and then Sebum won the Olympia. Like, it just went crazy after that.
I will go out on and say Callum would have never been good. Ever.
Really?
You don't think so?
No. No, if you watch like Callum's documentaries, like a lot of his friends are like, dude, if he would just stop partying or stop, like Callum was so genetically gifted that if he ever got his shit together, he would have been good. But you could take, I think I'm just from the documentaries I watched, I don't know Callum obviously, but just from the documentaries and things I've watched on him, like if you take away the injuries, he still didn't have any of the discipline to pull off an actual prep or peak. The fact that he's a pro is mind-boggling, but I think he was too into partying and having fun and the influencer rather than bodybuilding. I don't think he would have, unless he really got a hold of him, someone a hold of him that could like channel that energy. He seemed to be all over the place even before the injuries.
What wasn't C-Bomb the same way though before like he actually started to get serious about shit? So, or am I mistaken on that?
I don't know if he was a partier.
Yeah, he was a little bit of a partier, I think. When he was in college, he said he was, but I think once Ian started becoming like a pretty well-known pro, he's like, "Oh shit, I could do this too."
But better.
Yeah.
Better. And with more hair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Callum, like is just a genetic freak, right? Like he was the Sam Sulek before Sam Sulek, except partied a little bit more. Like I remember watching his videos; he would eat whatever he wanted, like and just go. It was just ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. I would pay for 1% of that genetic material right there.
Who are your guys' like favorite, like kind of coming into the sport? Who did you guys look at?
I mean, obviously, like Jay Cutler.
Yeah.
That was kind of big when I was coming up. And then the Phil and Kai battle was pretty big. Yep. That's probably it for me.
Yeah.
I think if Ian was one of the first like bodybuilders that like I actually started to like follow, you know. So yeah, probably Ian. Ian's probably my guy.
I was a big Dallas McCarver guy. I loved watching his shit, man. Like that was my like when I was like 13, 14, I was like a Phil Heath and Jay Cutler guy. And then I realized they were like 5'7", 5'8", and I was like, I'm never gonna look like that. And then I saw Dallas, and he was like 6 foot, and he kind of was like that country boy thing. And I was like, oh yeah, that's the dude I want to look like. And when he died, that was like legitimately one of the first times I cried about someone I didn't know, like a celebrity that died, because I saw him guest pose like 3 months before at the Emerald Cup, and that dude was so massive and he was so nice. And when he died, like I bawled my eyes out. It was super sad, and it would have been crazy to see where he would have gone to, like if he was still alive, because he was my age when he died, which is wild to think about.
Hmm. Speaking of massive humans, like I knew Blessing was like a big motherfucker, but like that dude is massive.
He revived?
What's that?
He revived?
Yep.
Oh, because he's with Cameron now.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw that guy like the second day I was there. I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Did you see Berzicott slinging the cables?
Yeah, I sure did.
Cable commander, baby.
He's going to town on Y raises like every time I've seen him.
He's a savage with the cables.
He's the cuff king, dude. Yeah.
You don't have to say any names, but have you seen any like big name guys that you watch them train and you're like, this ain't it yet?
No, of the few that like I was told that this is typically when the time they go train. Like honestly, no, I thought most of those fuckers train pretty fucking hard from what I've seen. At least from at least like pro bodybuilders at least. Maybe some of the other like influencer people that I don't really know who they are. Like I could probably say, yeah, that's not fucking it. But no,
well, what's his called out? Urs called out Blessing.
Oh, really?
Did he?
On the Real Bodybuilding podcast, like because Urs trains with everyone, and Fuad stuck him.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah.
I didn't think he was going to answer, but Fuad stuck him with the question of who doesn't train hard, and Urs actually answered. Urs is like, I don't give a fuck.
It is German. It doesn't count. No, from the times I've only seen Blessing train legs so far. The couple times I've been in there. Um, I thought he was training them pretty fucking hard. I forget how many plates he got on the side box. He was going to town on it, but looks pretty hard to me.
Cameron might have changed that.
Yeah,
Cameron's good at what he does, so very possible he changed that.
decided, hey, buddy, we're gonna do fucking better at this shit. Okay, Dad. But no, I haven't been sorely disappointed at all with anybody's training so far. If anything, there's too many people fucking screaming in that gym that shouldn't be screaming.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
I looked at your you posted a few videos the other day. I think it was your push day where I saw that or the lateral raise, and every video had some fucking skinny broccoli headed looking dude on their phone in the background.
Dude.
Every single video.
Dude.
I jumped on one of my clients' apps today. I won't say who it was, but yeah, I don't know if she'll watch this. But she was doing preacher curls, and she's in prep right now, and she was on her fucking phone with the other hand. And I went over to her, and I was like, if I see you doing that again, I'm gonna smack the shit out of you.
Yo, I'll log back on in a minute. My wife she's out on the farm, just called me and said she needs my help. So I'll be back in a minute.
Okay, Brett.
Unless shit hit the fan. So
Yeah.
I might be back.
Okay. Have fun.
Yeah.
And then there was
me and you. Just me and you, baby.
some guys being dudes.
Just some dudes being dudes.
Oh. No, dude, I really fucking like that gym, man. Other than like just a couple shitheads hanging around, it could be a lot worse.
How was the how to put this delicately? How was the peacocking there from guys and girls? Do you know what I mean by peacocking?
Yeah. Oh, do I? Um, I know for sure the first time we went down there because we went down there in August. We were going at like 4 or 5 o'clock during like the busy hours when like a lot like everybody would fucking be there. For that it was really bad at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's not terrible, but there's definitely some shit like that going on. It's ridiculous. Yeah. I mean, you're also talking to the guy that's working out in flannels right now and sweats. So
yeah, you probably stick out like your thumb there.
Oh, dude, it's not even funny. It's everybody's in a fucking raw shirt or a dark sport fucking shit.
Dark sport.
I'm over here in the corner with like a flannel or a Carhartt sweatshirt and my fucking Bronco hat, just sweating my dick off.
Yeah.
Taller than everybody else. Because everybody I swear is like 5'10".
Yeah. Yeah, that's fun because that's funny that I train in the same stuff. I'll train in flannels or like in a hoodie and sweats and stuff. And I just like it. I don't know. I don't want to, I'll wear stringer. Like I have I call it like a moderate stringer. It's not like nipple hanging out or anything. Or like I'll have an old AR shirt that I cut off, but like, I don't know. I don't get like the dressing up to go to the gym thing. Like I have my favorite shirt for like legs. Like I like wearing a gray HWMF shirt, like because I don't know, it says like no problems, just work. I'm like, I kind of like that during legs, and so like I wear that, but like I don't know, man, like dressing up during horse is choking. I don't know if I'll make it on. Oh, okay, Kyle. Now we know. Do the Heimlich on the horse, Kyle.
Do that?
Just wrap around it. Just yeah. Okay, well. Yeah, I don't get the dressing up thing to go to the gym, man. Like I don't know. Maybe that's just because I come from a different background, but I don't know.
If it's not like a raw t-shirt or dark sport, it's literally it doesn't matter. It's the least amount of clothing the person can have on as possible right now.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's just like your tits are out, your ass is out, or you got fucking everything out. I don't care what gender you are.
Yeah.
It's all out there.
Yeah.
Unless it's like the big pro guys, then it's everybody's covered as shit.
Sure. Yeah, it's funny how that works, right? Like when you don't have a lot of muscle or like you're just getting into it, you wear less clothing. But the bigger you get, the more clothing you end up wearing.
Yeah. The more
Like when you get a little bit of, yeah, you get a little bit of gains. Like when you're like 15, you're like starting to cut up stringers and stuff like that. And then now that I'm 25 and I'm 250 pounds, I'm like, I'll just wear this hoodie and a t-shirt and I'll be good to go.
yeah, I was notorious in like high school and college. Like I was really bad at like making cutoffs. I don't know if you ever seen
Mhm.
any of my cutoffs, but it was just like basically my whole belly part's exposed. Just like string down, stringer as tight as I can make it. Just like, yeah,
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty big. I play football. No, buddy, you're just fat.
Yeah. And you probably thought you looked good, right? Like you
Oh, dude.
cut it. I know the look, like all the way down to like the top of the love handle. You're like,
Uh,
oh yeah, I look good.
Morgan hates them, but I still brought like the 5 or 6 that I have because they're all MSU like team given gear. So I'm like, I'm not gonna toss these out, but I'm like, I'm never gonna wear these until I'm like 2 weeks out or something, like dice to shit. So
Yeah.
but like right now, I could not pull that off. Not a
Yeah.
chance.
I'll send you a picture of me when I was like 300 wearing an Oregon State cutoff with my buddy Nick. And like I was pretty big. Like this is when I was like eating everything. I was doing my Five Guys and everything. So I look pretty big, but this cutoff is like it looks like a medium on me. I'll have to find the picture. My buddy Nick was pretty big at the time too. And I was like out angling him because I was like into bodybuilding but still playing football. But I look like such a fucking meatball. Like it doesn't even look like I'm lifting yet in the gym, but like I'm like sweating and like just like glossing and like cheeks are just red as fuck because I probably pounded like Five Guys in a milkshake before I went in to train arms because I needed the carbs, bro. Like,
Well, at least you knew what carbs were back then. I was just eating shit to eat shit.
yeah.
Just being a fat.
I would love to go back. Yeah, I would love to go back. I might have it somewhere. Like I've got your first meal plan that I made you somewhere. I might have my first meal plan that I made myself when I was like 16. I just want to see like how fucked it was. Like it just I don't know. It was probably about what I'm eating now. It was still like chicken and rice, but like the I would love to see that type of stuff. And yeah, I hope there's still kids out there that are doing that stuff and just being fat as shit and thinking it's okay. I really hope they're out there.
What do you mean, dude? Like, look at like half the population of America.
Yeah, I guess around here I just see skinny fucks. That's all I see in high school. I don't see any fat fucks.
Really, dude? Like, it's everywhere I've seen is like the polar opposite. I'm just like, where did like any nutrition guidance go?
I think Bellingham, weirdly enough, is like really active. Like you don't see a lot of like really, really overweight people here. You'll see a lot of like skinny fat people here. At least maybe that's just because I'm at the gym and stuff. But even when I go to Costco or Fred Meyer, like I don't see people like, but when I go to like an airport or something, like if I'm out of state, then that's where I'll see people that are pretty unhealthy looking. But I mean, who am I to judge? I've got my issues as well. So, but when I was coaching high school, like my offensive line when I was in high school, we were all above like 250 pounds or maybe 240 at the lightest. Now kids in the offensive line at Seaholm and Bellingham are like 210, and that's a big dude. Like that's the right guard or something like that. It's weird. I think it's just a different like your offensive line was probably pretty big back when you were in high school.
Well, I mean, we fucking recruited kids, so
That's true.
kind of helps. You get all the
Fucking private.
federal way, all the Samoans, and then next thing you know, you got a all-state caliber team just like that.
Yeah.
So
Were you recruited there?
I'm trying to remember. Hmm. No, because I was in middle school, I was at Bellevue Christian School, and they didn't have like a
Mm.
football program. And so like that, I always wanted to go to like University of Oregon to go play football. So I'm like, well, I can't do that if I go to this high school, the Bellevue Christian High School. So that ended up just moving from there to there.
Got it. That makes sense.
I was so good they didn't need to recruit me.
That's right. You chose to go there.
I blessed them with my shitty back and extreme white.
There's this kid, he goes to Lyndon Christian. He got ranked the number one player for Whatcom County football this year. He's like 6'5", 230 pounds, and he's a tight end. He had 800 yards this year and like 12 touchdowns in, I think, like 6 or 7 games or something like that. And he's going to Eastern. And I was like, why the fuck didn't you go to like, how'd you not get any more offers? And it's a small private school up here, but he's fucking massive, dude. And he doesn't have his highlights out yet for the season. But I wanted to watch them because I was like, holy shit, that's a crazy stat line for a high school tight end.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if his grades were just shitty.
I don't think so. Like Lyndon Christian, your grades have to be pretty good. Maybe, I don't know.
You would be surprised, man. You really
Yeah.
would.
Yeah.
Not that Eastern Washington isn't a good institute for education, but
No, my grades in high school were so bad, dude. I think I told you I had a 1.7 GPA. I remember talking to like you guys and Portland State, and they would be like, "Oh yeah, your film looks good, this and that. What about your transcripts?" And I send my transcripts. They'd be like, "Okay," and then they wouldn't talk to me again.
I'm almost just more impressed that you can get a 1.7.
Right? I am too.
You know what I mean? Like that you actually have to put in the effort to just not do well.
Yep. Yep. Straight up. Like in
It's
high school,
impressive.
yeah, in high school, if you literally turn in the work, you
Mhm.
can probably get like 2.5 to a 3. And
Exactly.
you can turn in the work with like just garbage on it. And you'll probably get like a 2.5 to a 3 and be able to be eligible for school. I just wouldn't turn the work in. I was just stupid. I was like, if I just don't turn it in, I'll be fine. And then once I started getting bigger and I was like, oh, I can be recruited for football. Like when I met you, like when I was like probably late sophomore, early junior year, I
Mhm.
was like, oh, okay, like I can start getting recruited. Like I was doing all these camps and stuff. And then I was like, oh, wait, classes actually matter. And so, and it's dumb too, because I wasn't even like a pothead or anything like that. I was just dumb. Like I wasn't like not doing the schoolwork because I was out like doing cool shit like smoking pot or anything. No, I was just like going home and jerking off and not doing anything.
Masturbating and McGriddles, dude. That'll change your career real fast.
That will, but hey, it worked out. I'm doing okay now, so I wouldn't change it. Right?
No, not at all. At least you didn't go to Eastern
Yeah.
Washington.
True. I don't think I ever got recruited by them. It was Montana State for a second. When I went to JUCO, I have them somewhere. I have a ton of letters from Kansas State for some reason. The only offer I ever got was from Southeastern Louisiana, and they're like a D1 FCS school down there.
Uh-huh.
And I remember I quit, and I never told them. And after the season, they're like, "Hey, don't forget about us." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I quit." And they were like, "Oh, okay."
Oh,
And I'm like, "Yeah, sorry." I'll tell you.
I think they went to the semi. No, not the semis. I think they went to the quarters this year. So I
Oh,
think they
really?
played. Yeah, I think they played the Grizz this year in the quarters.
No, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't go.
you could have been in the quarters this year, Scott.
Dude, if I was still in college right now, that would not be good. That would be like my 8th year.
You saw that kid with the 9 years, right?
Yeah, I sent that to you.
That's fucking right.
Yeah.
Alex just wants a fifth year like everybody else. Fuck you. This kid gets 9 years
Why'd they deny you?
because they said there just wasn't like enough like information behind it. So like originally I fucked up my back at UNLV and they
Mm-hmm.
didn't like take any. I say that because that's like the first time I really remember like getting impacts like top down and a lot of the stuff popping up. But they didn't like take down like any notes or anything of when that happened. So for us to really for us to really say this is when it happens, we couldn't do that. And so the NCAA just kind of said you just don't have enough documentation or anything from the source of when that happened. Because
Yeah.
because what it is like there's just a bunch of fluid in my spine that's leaking. So they can make the argument that you were just kind of born with that sort of stuff versus like an impact happens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That, or at least that
That's
was the
dumb.
reasoning behind it. But you know, it
Yeah,
worked
I
out.
mean, it worked out though. That's kind of a good thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, who knows what would have happened to my back?
Everything's got a plan.
Fifth year.
Yeah, you might have been dead.
I could be dead.
It's either you're alive or you're dead. You're either one of those.
Oh, Scott just. Did you die?
What the
Speaking of
hell?
dying, dude, I'm like, did he just fucking die?
That was stupid. It like booted me out and then put me back. This podcast is full of many technical difficulties for some reason.
Yeah, dude, holy hell! Like as soon as it gets cold, I feel like Washington just like stops functioning.
Yeah, we don't have the infrastructure for it, I don't think.
No, not at all. It's just like every time we've been home and it snowed or snows like once, you know, it's like the whole entire like South or Seattle area is just like stops.
Yeah.
School's canceled for a week. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
2 inches of snow.
Yeah. This snowstorm was honestly pretty bad. Like we had like 12 to 14 inches of snow, and Bellingham or Whatcom County in general sold like their fleet of plows a few years ago. So
Mhm.
it's a lot of private businesses that just will start plowing certain areas. So like the main arterials get plowed, but that's about it.
Interesting. I know Billings got rid of some of their fucking plows too, which is absolutely asinine when
That
you
sounds
got like
dumb.
when you actually get consistent snow every year. Like our county road, like where we would drive down, never plowed. Ever.
That's
because it would constantly be an argument whether it was state or county responsibility.
There you go.
got it. Morgan.
The random Morgan snippet of the day.
I love it.
What's Jess doing? Is she at work right? No, it's Saturday. She wouldn't be at work.
She's napping. She's
Oh.
napping.
She just napping.
Yeah, my sister. Yeah, and then my sister just got here too, and she's napping too, I think. So,
Okay.
yep. So that's what they're doing. And then Geoda's just pacing back and forth. It's so funny. He's like, when anyone different is in our house, he acts really funny.
Mm-hmm.
He's the worst guard dog. Last night my sister got here at like 9, and he's already met my sister, but he got here at like 9 o'clock and he barked once, and that was it. And then he's just kind of been weird. I don't know. He's useless for a guard dog. That's what he is.
Get him a shock collar to stop barking. Stops barking.
He barks at me if I'm doing something that he doesn't like. But if there's like that person that walked up to my front door the other day, didn't bark at him once, and I was like, thanks, man. Like, you're watching out the window and he drove all the way up my driveway and you didn't alert me. Like, thanks, dude.
He would start barking at you after you take a shotgun blast to the chest.
Basically, he'd bark at me. Yeah.
Dad, wake up.
Yeah, wake up.
Get up.
Basically. Yeah. You're not touching me. Get up.
It's just but a flesh wound.
Yeah. Have you guys discussed getting another dog yet?
We have, yeah. We already actually decided on a name. We're gonna go with Nessie.
Oh?
Stick with the Scottish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, you don't see many dogs named Nessie. So.
Yeah. Good one.
So, yeah, we're gonna take it slow and just pull some money together. Once it happens, it happens.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of let it heal a little bit too, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. R.I.P. little guy. As shitty as it is to lose Mac, like it would have fucking sucked to drive with him
I'm sure.
and then have all these boxes everywhere. He would be fucking flipping out right now.
Really?
Oh yeah. He doesn't like change.
Sure. You guys have a cat too, right?
We did have a cat.
What happened to
So it's about the time Morgan's brothers, wife now moved in and like they got a bunch of she brought over like all of her dogs and stuff.
hmm
The cat would just like stop showing up as much just because we're kind of assuming like all the dogs around like it didn't want to get fucking like attacked or just annoyed by all the dogs, and so like it would show up like less and less to our door every day. And so like one day, like I shit you not, it was maybe like 4 or 5 pounds, like skin and bones. Like it was almost like
Damn.
it was almost like it wasn't like completely there mentally. Like he couldn't find like his food bowl or anything. He would like yeah, he wouldn't stay in either, but he would like sleep with his forehead on the ground, just like
Yeah,
I'm like, you okay, buddy? And then just one day, dude, he just didn't come home.
that's a bummer.
Yeah, that was back in like August, I want to say.
Yeah,
October.
so it
Yeah,
wasn't as
because that's when they got married, right? Yeah, October. I take it back. So we
yeah.
weren't gonna take him anyway because he outdoor cat lose his mind here. But
Yeah.
maybe he's still just hanging out outside. I don't know. I just haven't seen him since October. So
Yeah. Yeah, maybe you found someone else to feed him or something, or you never know.
yeah. But no cat. It's okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
well, well that's let's do something more positive. I don't know. All my prep people are doing really good. There we go.
Good, dude.
Uh,
Taylor's your nearest one, right?
they're all doing the
We
same
show?
show.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
It's gonna be we just got an Airbnb and there's gonna be like 12 people in the Airbnb.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Sweet.
Taylor, her boyfriend Brian, Christy, Una, Nicole, her husband, Leslie, her boyfriend, her husband. I don't know. Me and Jess. So I got 10 people.
Okay.
So we got a duplex, so like we can separate. And so yeah, it's just that's gonna be a long weekend, but it'll be a good time.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to think. I think I got 3 people in, well, really just two. I got a guy that wants to do one in North Dakota. That isn't until like July, so he's got a while. I finally get him to stop doing like a macro plan. I'm like, can you just let me help you build up your food a little bit before we start prepping? It's that 17-year-old kid that has like
Yeah.
genetics that I got. So I think that one's a pro qualifier too. So I actually have high hopes for that kid.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens there. And then I got another guy. It's that old power lifter dude. I think he's about 20 weeks out now, finally. So finally start peeling that guy down. That one will be fun. He's got plenty
Yeah.
of work. So and then I got that one other guy where I don't know if I'm actually going to send it or not.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, he could lean up. Are you doing like any Yohimbine or any other fat burner type of stuff at all?
We're for sure doing the Yohimbine and then forget. I got I got Yohimbine in there for sure. And then honestly, just with prep clients, like I I just have been doing T3 right off the bat just because it's gonna come down quick. There's just no point not to. And if you can get like an extra couple pounds off right off the bat too, or before it starts slowing down as fast, it just seems to be I like that a lot more. You can just kind of throw it in there and then not think about it. I'm
Do you
sure you got different ideas about that.
no? Do you have them get it from research companies or prescribed?
Research companies.
Yeah, I've been debating on doing that. I just like I do the carnitine and I do the yohimbine and like I don't know. Like I don't know if people need T3. I did it with Una in her last prep and
Mhm.
it worked really well. I think I know like they say coming off T3 you're fine after a couple weeks. I
Mhm.
don't know that with her. Like it just kind of like it just didn't seem like it seemed like the effects were pretty drastic when there was a noticeable change, at least I thought.
Sure.
So I don't know if I'm gonna fuck with it much unless like I'm having issues. Which I mean, who knows? It might be one of those things where I just have it for people on hand, but I
Mhm.
just don't. I don't know. I just don't. Yeah, I just haven't fucked with it much, except for with her and with I think one other person I forget, but
Yeah. No, I really like T3. Just because I feel like I have a decent understanding of it now, especially since mine's been so fucked up for so long.
yeah,
You know what I mean? But no, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing the same exact shit you are. I haven't gone above 200 for carnitine yet on anybody. I don't really know if it makes that big of a difference going from two to three or four, you know. But I don't know. I might experiment with that a little bit this year with some people, or even myself, honestly. I
yeah.
know I was
I
doing
go on.
I was doing 3 mgs pre-workout there for a while. That seemed to do me some good for a while. So for gaining, but
I've really liked the carnitine. I've stayed leaner at this weight than I ever have before.
mm,
Um, and so like I also think part of that's age. Like it's tough. Like you probably noticed a difference, but from the time you were 22 till now, I feel like 22 to like 26, you kind of you turn into a man a little bit. Like I look back at pictures when I was like 250 at like 22, and now I look at pictures of like 250 or 255 now of myself, and obviously it's training time, but like the muscle just ends up looking different. You know what I mean? And I think I've definitely like in the last 6 months since I kind of turned bodybuilding back on, I just feel like I respond a little bit better. And that might be because I'm training better and I'm not relying on drugs as much, like drugs being the answer.
yep.
And not getting as fat and like being more careful with my blood glucose. But I don't know. I just feel like, especially like in the last 2 months when I really turned up food and stuff, I haven't been getting as fat as I used to get, which is really, really nice. How do you feel about that?
I was laughing because you were talking about that you can actually see it, like your muscle appears a little bit different. I'm like, I can actually see muscle, so I mean, I guess
Yeah.
it's hard for me to say. I'm
Yeah.
assuming. But no, I think so. There's definitely like that old adage. It's like that old band strength sort of deal. So
Mhm.
at least they talked about that through football. It's like getting that fifth or that sixth year really makes a difference. Just because there's just kind of really a point in there that's just like something happens. Like you just become a man. Something clicks with you. So no, I agree with that.
Yeah, and I do think the older you get, the leaner you can be too, while still putting on muscle. Like I still think when you're younger, you do have to kind of go through that fat stage to get a little bit of muscle. But like Danny, for example, I just posted that picture of her. She's like 35 or 36.
Uh-huh.
She's a lean and grow more than anyone else. Like I'm trying to. You saw how much food she's eating. I'm trying to get her like fat, and she just won't. Like since we I brought her food up pretty good, and then coming down prep, and we've basically been rebounding ever since her show back in fucking August, and she just like won't lose quad lines, and like I'm like trying to get her fat, and it's like I think part of that just has to do with her age, and just she's been doing it for a long time, so her body's just conditioned to being leaner.
Well, if you look at all the master classes, at least, like those dudes get fucking diced, man. Like it's
Yeah.
absolutely a thing, I think.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think it's tough. Like they get diced, but then sometimes they're like those older bodybuilder dudes, their kidneys will start going, and you can see like they just can't get as lean, but they're fucking lean condition, but they're still like that. Their body just looks tired, you know?
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else there is that we could even include in terms of like stuff for natty clients. You know what I mean? Or like some of the like lesser compounds.
Yeah,
If
you could do
you,
obviously like caffeine with yohimbine because those work on two different receptors, right? That's a pretty basic one. Um,
I consider caffeine mandatory for anybody anyway at this point, like the amount of coffee
oh
I drink. But hey,
yeah, I see. I'm different with caffeine. Like after what I learned in my last prep with like my client that was drinking like 8 cups of coffee a day, and then I learned that stuff from uh, Jake Benson, how he was able to tell that she was drinking so many stimulants because her stress levels were all over the place.
uh,
And so now with my I tell a lot of my clients like, hey, no caffeine after training. Try to limit it to like if you're doing an energy drink, like one energy drink a day. And like if you're gonna do caffeine, push it as long as you can until the end of prep. Like don't be starting to pound coffee at the beginning. Like it's okay to be tired. Like at at 16 weeks out, you're probably tired just because it's normal tiredness. Don't think, oh, I'm tired because of prep. At 5 weeks out, you're going to be tired. Okay, maybe then have some caffeine, but at least then you don't have a tolerance built up from 20 weeks of pounding 8 cups of coffee a day.
right. Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm very sensitive to caffeine. I'm just sensitive to a lot of shit, man. I'm gonna be honest. Like you tell me you drink coffee at like 6 o'clock at night. If I did that, I would be fucked up. Like I think I'm just sensitive to stuff.
Don't worry, I don't do that anymore. I train at 2 now, so it's 2 cups of coffee when I wait for. Let me see. I'll have meal 1, and then I'll go through 2 cups of coffee, and then I'll do meal 2, do meal 3, and then I just decided to switch to like caffeine tabs pre-workout
Yeah.
as well with the meal. I was kind of looking at it. I'm like, I'll just take 300 mgs of caffeine tabs before I go work out. That's
Caffeine tablets give me a headache. I don't know why. Like I don't know if it's the fake caffeine, but like I'll take it sometimes when I do my recumbent bike because I
Mhm.
can't get my heart up on the recumbent bike as well. And throughout the day it'll just give me a fucking headache, dude. And it's only like 50 to 100 milligrams. It's nothing crazy.
Mhm. Oh, dude. So I don't ever use like a bike or anything, but like got that new cardio room that I can use. So I'm like, oh well, I guess I'll try the bike today. I really don't want to walk on the treadmill anymore. I've been doing that for 4 years. So let's try something different.
Mm.
Could not. The bike is so hard to get yourself going on it. I don't know how
Yeah.
people do it. Like, how do
Yeah.
people pedal
Some
past like
people
85?
Yeah. Some people can. I can't at all. And if I do start going pretty ham, then I get a massive quad pump, and I don't really want to do that.
Yeah. And my quads were destroyed from yesterday. I'm like, I can't go past 80 revolutions a minute or else my quads are going to fall off.
Yeah. What I've been doing for my morning cardio lately, because I've got an assault bike, and
Mhm.
I can Mr. Nerd Science guy. I'll do 5 minutes of nasal breathing on the assault bike. I'll do light intervals, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off for 5 minutes. And that gets you can't go too hard with the nasal breathing or else you can't fucking breathe. And that'll get my heart rate jacked up into like that fat burning zone. And so then I'll walk on the treadmill and I don't have to walk as fast and do as high of an incline because my heart rate's already jacked up. And then the nasal breathing, because supposedly it helps with like nitric oxide production. I like it feels better than a cup of coffee. Like, sometimes in the morning I'm kind of hobbling out there. It's 4 in the morning. I'm like, fuck, I gotta go out to the shop. But once I'm done with that bike, I'll throw in some like Brett Wilkin videos, like I was telling you about. I'll do that for 5 minutes and then I'm ready to go. And throughout the day, man, my energy has been so much better from that. It's really weird. And it makes my cardio feel better because I do 20 minutes a day. And I feel like 20 minutes on the treadmill feels exponentially longer than 15 minutes on the treadmill.
Yeah.
Like I'll do like 5 minutes like 15 minutes treadmill. Before I was just doing 20 minutes treadmill, and it would take me forever to get my heart rate up. And then once my heart rate did get up, I was at like 12 minutes already. So it's like, fuck, I only have 8 minutes of like real like cardio feeling. And then I was done. And I don't want to do more cardio than that because I'm growing right now. I'm just doing it for heart maintenance. So
Sure.
it was, the assault bike's been really nice.
Yeah, I wish I had. How much are those?
I got mine from a client. I did a trade, but I think they're like $400 to $600.
I was going to say I could just be that guy with a bike on his patio up here.
You totally could. I bought this bike on like Facebook Marketplace, that recumbent bike, for like $30. And that thing's great for like, let's say, it's raining outside and I didn't get my steps in. I'll just do that while watching TV. I'll do like pretty low RPM. And I can't get my heart rate up very well, but like I'll do that. Or the last couple weeks it's been fucking freezing in the shop. And so I'll just do that instead. Like you'll see my crashing cardio videos every once in a while. I'll do that. But like you said, I just can't get my heart rate up.
Yeah. It's the only problem I have with a lot of the bikes is honestly my ass is so big, it's almost like the bike seat goes up my ass. It's just like I can't fit in any of them, you know?
Yeah.
Everything's made for small people.
Yeah. I have a lot of my clients do the bike erg, like the normal, not the recumbent bike, but the standing kind of bike. I'll have them do that and prep to like, get the lines out of the legs. I don't know if that's bro science. It seems to work. And towards the end of prep, like Taylor last time was like, my ass hurts so bad because your ass gets pretty bony and those seats aren't. And dude, you got to get like biker shorts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Do they even make biker shorts our size, Scott?
For our fat asses, probably not.
Go
Dude,
get like a scuba suit.
Yeah. Dude, when I go to like the running store, because I wear Hokas, I feel like such an idiot walking in there, like 260 pounds, like, hey, I'm looking for running shoes. And it's all these dudes that are looking at me that are like 6'5" and like 180 pounds. They're like, oh, yeah, running shoes are over here. I'm like, cool. Do you have size 15s? And they're like, yeah, let me check in the back. And there's like these fucking boat shoes.
Where you running to, buddy? McDonald's.
Yeah, fat fuck. Yeah.
Have you ever been to
that's
Culver's, by the way?
What'd you say?
Have you ever been to Culver's? Have I talked to you about this?
No.
I don't even know how to describe it. It's easily like the best fast food hamburger I think I've had compared to like something like a Big Mac or something. It's called like a butter burger. Dude,
Okay.
they're good. Anything from Culver's is good if you come down south.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to make it down there at some point. Probably not this year, but probably next year. Because my sister's in Georgia. I got you. I've got my buddy Santiago near you. He's in Kissimmee. So we were gonna do that this year, but we're planning on going to Europe in December. But one of these times, because I've got a bunch of people down there, I'd like to do like a little like East Coast road trip. I got my friend Megan up in Virginia. Like I've got a lot of people over there. It'd be kind of nice to do like DC down to you guys in Florida or something like that.
Well, if they keep the trend up with the Olympia, because it's in Vegas again this year, right?
Yeah.
It'll probably be back in Florida, right, next year?
I would think so.
Around the Kissimmee. Is that it? It's
Kissimmee.
kind of that area, isn't it?
Kissimmee, yeah, I think so.
So there you go. We can go to the O next year.
There we go. Yeah, no, this year we're gonna go to California, I think in May, and then go to like Britain and France. We're gonna do like a train trip through Europe in December, I think.
Oh, you're gonna do another Europe trip?
Yeah. So after our last Europe trip, we loved it so much that since then we've been saving 6% of our income every month, and I just put it in my safe, like, and I don't even put it in a safe. I don't want to look at it, and so every month we put like whatever amount of money. And then last month I looked at it, and we're over a good amount of money. So it's like, okay, we'll do another Europe trip because I like traveling a lot, man, and so I think we'll do that at the end of this year. And like I told you, I convinced Jess to switch from a flight trip to a train trip so we can stop by James Hollinshed's gym, the
That's right.
TBJB. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
now,
So
now
because
remember.
we were we were originally going to do Edinburgh and then fly to Berlin because we love Christmas and those are like the two Christmas capitals of the world. But I was like, it'd be kind of fun to do like a train trip through Europe in the winter. And then like she was like, yeah, that'd be fun. And then like 20 minutes later, I was like, and we could totally stop by this gym and now too. And she's like, is that why you want to do a train trip? I was like, yeah, that's why.
Uh, you have to go check it out for us. It's mandatory. It's mandatory herd mentality trip.
Totally. If I could just watch James Hollingshed train once, I think I'd be content.
I'll tell you what,
And
watching
then maybe go.
Brett Wilkin train is fucking absurd. So watching James train would also be fucking awesome.
Is Brett going hard and heavy? Because they just had a kid. Is he going back to being? Because he had health issues too, right?
He had all that gut stuff. If I remember correctly, I think Burrs and Austin Stout have been helping him out with all that. So I
Yeah.
think he's finally cleared a lot of that up. I thought he said the other day that he's finally starting back up on shit. So it looked like he was training pretty hard the other day. He's been in there training with Cloth a bunch.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I was watching a bunch of his old videos because you mentioned him. I was like, man, I used to be a really big fan of him, and that dude trains fucking hard. Like, I don't know if I'm guessing he trains that way even when the cameras are off, but it looks like he trains fucking hard.
yeah, dude, he really does.
Yeah.
I've seen him probably like every time, but like once in there so far. Trains fucking hard every time.
That's wild. That's awesome.
Watching him and Goff go at it, it's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, I wish I had a consistent training partner. I used to have a training partner that I would train with all the time a couple years ago, but it'd be nice to have like a consistent person like a Gloff, or like if I could train with you like every day, like it's a different level. Like I like training on my own sometimes, but like if you have someone that like I'm guessing Brett and Gloff don't talk a bunch. I'm guessing they're just fucking killing each other over and over and over again, like consistently.
Honestly, those guys. I mean, like their wrist breaks.
You totally just you broke there.
Yeah, they're like a good
You broke.
4 or 5 minutes just like hanging out before they fucking hit it again, like super hard. So,
Oh, really?
at least that's what I've noticed.
Yeah. Well, they're probably both pretty low volume trainer guys, right?
I think I know Gloff is for sure because he could not survive if he did any other volume on top of what he does.
Yeah.
But I think Brett's still kind of at the point where he does, like when he trains by himself, like you can tell he does his own shit because like I saw him supersetting shit the other day, like doing this like weird like close grip chest finisher shit. And I'm like, that doesn't sound like something Gloff or like fuck, what's his name? Other beard dude, hypertrophy coach guy.
Oh yeah. Oh shit. Yes. Oh no.
Yeah, I can't remember his name either.
Oh, that sucks.
Right? But I'm just like, that doesn't sound like something they would give home. You know what I mean? Versus like he goes and trains with Gloff. It's like the super strict like dumbbell laterals with your arms completely out and scapular plane sort of shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I definitely think he does like a combo of like the shit he's done in the past because obviously it's worked for him, and then like you get all these other smart people. They're like, hey, you should do it this way. He's like, okay, sure, whatever. I'm assuming that's why.
Well, that's the fun part about training, man. Like we were talking earlier about like training styles and stuff. Like I've gone through so many different things. Like I used to be a big progressive overload guy. Like I've got a whole bunch of journals of like my weights, and then like I've done volume when I was younger, and now I just like, and maybe because I'm not like directly competing or anything, I just go in to have fun. I have a general rep range of what I like to do, like 8 to 20. I'll sit in that rep range. Depends on what I'm doing, and like some days I'll superset, days I won't. Like some days I'll go really really ham, And then some days I'll do lower volume where it's still hard, but it's like, yeah, it's just like, as I've gotten older, I just kind of go in for enjoyment. And that's been a lot better for me. And I honestly feel like I've grown better because I'm not stuck regimented to one thing. I'll do the same exercises, but I'll move stuff around. Like sometimes I'll do squats at the end, sometimes I'll do squats at the beginning. But in the past, I would be like, nope, I have to do squats here because I have to get one more rep. And if I don't get one more rep, Jess is going to die. Like, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm still stuck in that a little bit for myself, but that's also just kind of the way I like it to be, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's that's just who I am. I love Jordan Peters too much not to train like that. It's all
Yeah.
everything's life or death. Only one
Yeah.
speed. Kill yourself.
No, it's yeah, it's like I said, I'll still do that, but I think
Oh, yeah.
just over time I've learned for like mentally, I just like to have fun with training. I think that's like towards the end of my time with Blue and like when I kind of said fuck it to bodybuilding for like that few months, I was just getting so burned of just like, okay, every time I have to be completely better, which is a good mindset to have.
Uh-huh.
But like sometimes I saw a quote and I don't know, maybe it's just maybe a loser mentality. I don't know, but it's like every training session doesn't have to be a PR, and that's okay. Now, if you're not nailing, like if you're not getting better consistently over a month or two, then yeah, there's a fucking problem, right? If like I was getting so in the mindset, especially with Blue, when my volume was so high and he was still having me train to failure, and I was like, I'm just not progressing. Like I'm running my head into a wall over and over and over again, and that just zapped my love for training so much.
I still don't know how you did that shit. I'm
Uh,
still in
spite,
awe. What?
spite and spite and drugs.
Spite in a depression beard.
Yeah, spite, depression beard, and loads of drugs. I was giving my clients shit the other day for because they vape and a bunch of my clients vape, and I was just giving them shit for it. And they're they were like, "You can't talk with all the drugs you used to do." And I was thinking about the the bomb, like the 3 milliliters of oil I was shooting in my shoulder every other day, and like the when Blue was having me do like T3, Albuterol, T4, Yohimbine, like, and I was just like vibrating every day for a recomp, not even for a prep. And I was like, yeah, I can't really give you guys shit for vaping.
No wonder his guys recomp like a motherfucker, man, with all that. That's crazy.
Yeah. My a guy I competed with, his name's Braxton. He just started working with him. He went from Jansen to Blue. He reached out to me a few months ago. He's like, "Hey, how'd you like working with Blue?" And I was like, "I liked him. He was, you know, a little bit intense for me. It's what I asked for, but it was just a little too much for me." And Braxton was like, "Okay, cool, thanks." And I didn't know if he ever went to work with them. And then he posted him the other day, and he like blew up completely. And I was like, "Oh yeah, I recognize that. I know what you're doing."
Good old Blue and Jansen. Those two top 10 coaches for us.
I like Blue a lot. I got, I'll say it like this: I got exactly what I asked for. I wanted that intensity. I wanted a coach to give me drugs. I wanted that, and then I got it. And I was like, I don't want this anymore. Like, I don't blame Blue. I loved Blue. He was really communicative with me. I enjoyed working with them. But it's like, you know, you think you want what you want, and then you get it, and you're like, I don't want that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm just glad to have a coach that responds to me in 24 hours. That's all I can say.
Yeah, that's a good thing to have in a coach.
It's better than 2 to 3 weeks at a time. Yeah, let's keep it here. You're doing great.
That's fucking insane to me. Like, I feel bad if I miss someone by like 48 hours. Like, let's say they get to me right now, like a Saturday afternoon. I won't see it until Monday morning because I don't check my email. And I've told people, like, check in Saturday morning, don't do Saturday afternoon. And I still feel bad on Monday morning where I'm like, oh, fuck, I missed their check in. Like, and that's only, I can't imagine 3 weeks. But
Those were the days. I was talking to Burrs yesterday. He's like, I knew you were gonna get better. I just did not expect you to blow up after we got done working with Fuckface. I'm like, yeah.
yeah,
That's when
that's
you I'm like, that's what happens when it's not even half a shit that I got. It was more like just like those rabbit shits that's like just a little pellet. That's what I got.
Yeah.
I needed a half a shit at least.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I haven't seen a lot of like Jansen's stuff lately. Like, I don't know if a lot of more athletes left him or what. I don't know, but it seems like maybe he's transitioning away from coaching a little bit.
Yeah. I could see that. Yeah, all I see is this fucking biking shit.
Yeah, which I mean is good on him. Like, but yeah, he was a couple years ago. He was all over the place with coaching. Like he had Camp Jansen going and everything, and now it seems like that's kind of blowing up a little bit. It just obviously I don't know. Like that's just my perception. I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, who knows? I'm just here. I'm just here so I don't get fined.
That's right.
No.
That's right. Well,
right.
I got to eat again, and I'm about to pee my pants, and I should probably hang out. So,
I gotta eat again too.
Fun talking to you, friend.
Bye. First one of the year.
Bye.
And